She said, don't even try.
He gives her kisses and stands on it.
Oh.
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It's Kyle and Shannon, and today we're out at Shady Acres. Just as much as you want to see more of Hercules and Nala and the goats, so do we. Problem is, we're not going to get anything done if we don't move forward a little bit out here on the land.
That's true.
And it's been hot. I don't know, you guys know that. Every channel you're watching, it's hot in America. It's hot.
It's summer. I mean, it's kind of to be expected.
Yeah, we're in August now, like we're just getting into it. So July was super hot. I think August is probably gonna follow suit.
It is 6:30 at night and still 91 degrees.
Yeah, we waited a little bit to shoot this one. Yesterday we came out and worked in the heat. Shannon and I both. We just decided to grin and bear it. We said, you know what? There's not gonna be much filming because there's gonna be a lot of sweating. A lot of
sweating,
water drinking, a lot of break taking. Whoo boy, and it was. However, this was hands down the most work we've gotten done since we kind of started the whole house sitting and farm sitting stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we had to kind of jump back in. Like sometimes you just gotta,
It's like ripping the Band-Aid off.
Just rip the Band-Aid off, get back to work. Remember, keep your eyes on the prize, one day at a time, and we're back in it. So what did we do? Well, we got the trench ready. The trench, this guy right here, this is the trench for the water and electric. Specifically where I'm at right now, this is up where the camper's gonna be. So where Shannon, with her awesome boots and shorts,
it's hot out.
That's where the camper's gonna be. Obviously, we've seen the septic, you guys know where we are. Oh, and the groundhog hole. They have an entire tunnel system all throughout our land. It's hilarious. Anyway,
Herc's gonna find him.
Herc's gonna find him. He's a cricket hunter, but when he gets out here, he's gonna be a groundhog hunter. Yeah. But we did also kind of want to see, what'd you say, 6:30?
Yeah.
I got notifications on my watch. I can't tell what time it is.
Oh, it's 6:30. I wanted to see where the shade was at, where the camper is gonna be. So that's been a huge issue, is that our camper is just sitting in the sun baking all day long. And it really seems like between 4 and 6 o'clock, that's when the temperature really starts to rise. So I thought if it was shady out here by, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, then it wouldn't get so hot.
Yeah. You know, the hottest time of day is gonna be like 1, 2, 3, somewhere in there. And even around here at the campground, that's when the camper really starts to kind of cook, but the inside doesn't quite get warm until about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And then for the next, couple of hours, it just keeps getting hotter and it gets
rising
close to 85, 90 degrees. And then, you know, I think for the next 4.5, 5 hours, not until like 10, 10:30 at night, it takes so long for it to cool off. So we've been very, very, very thankful that Mom and Dad, Grandpa and Grandma Adler Farms, let us find refuge there and keep Nala there. We've got Hercules over there, we've got the goats over there. And it's really been a great experience, but we want to keep moving on this. And so now we know we do have good shade right now.
Yes.
I think we're going to be okay out here.
Hey, by the way, the goats have names.
Mario and Luigi.
You said everybody else's names. I thought that maybe you should say the goats'
Hercules,
names.
Mario, and Luigi.
And Nala.
And Princess Nala. Everybody, nobody forgets Princess Nala.
Well, they shouldn't.
Oh,
She's
and
the best.
we will go back because the sun's still going to be up for a little bit. We've got to record the two of them playing.
They're so cute together.
Nala is, the puppy is coming out in her and they play with Stick. They're so adorable. We'll sit out there early in the morning, just let Hercules out with Nala and they'll run around playing tag and growling at each other and pawing each other.
They're so cute.
We'll see if we can get some of that at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Hey, another thing. Huge help to us. Shannon and I have a Facebook and an Instagram and of course YouTube. If you guys have a Facebook account, it would mean so much to us if you would just go follow our page over there. It doesn't cost you anything, it's not a big deal, but it would help us tremendously if you could go follow us. If you don't have Facebook, don't worry about it. If you're just on YouTube,
some people don't have Facebook. That is okay.
Before we started this whole journey, we weren't much of social mediaites either, but it would be very, very helpful and very meaningful if you guys could go do that. Okay, so let's show you what we did yesterday, breaking our backs, sweating like crazy, and totally worth it. Basically, the trench was a little rough. You know, we had rocks all throughout it, and you can kind of see some of the rocks right here, some of them up there, piled them about right here. But what I tried to do, or what we tried to do rather, was kind of even it out a little bit so that when we get the screenings in here, the filler, that we don't lose a bunch of it in little holes and gaps. You know, we don't want to be wasteful with it. I don't want to have a 6-inch or 10-inch or 12-inch hole that we're putting screenings in that just eats it up. So we came out with rakes and shovels and leveled it all out. And while I was doing most of that, right here, this is where I could not get the excavator positioned well enough to clear this out because I tried to straddle that. If you guys saw that video, you know, I tried to straddle this here, but I was too nervous on the excavator. So this right here was about a foot, maybe 18 inches too high. And little Miss Shannon, she dominated it. She said, give me that shovel, give me that rock pick, give me that rake. I got this.
Okay, but let's be real here. The real reason I chose this spot is because that's where the tent was. And I wanted to work in the shade. I don't do well in the sun.
Nah, I was okay with being in the sun. I wore pants because I was down in the trench, but took the shirt off and just let the sun beat on me, and I think I lost 10 pounds. But
I think
this
you
right
sweat
here,
out 10 pounds.
That's what I'm saying. This right here is just where the power is going to be. That's our main breaker box right there. So I still probably gonna clean that up a little bit. Didn't really touch that yesterday just because we were more focused on where the PEX is going to be. But we're gonna put conduit, metal conduit that we have that we actually are gonna recycle from the old power pole that was out here. We're gonna put that in here and then run that power through that, because if this is what's being driven on, you know, over the years or time, I don't want it to drive any rocks down into that and split that line.
Yeah, let's just take a look at all the rocks that are in this dirt.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So many rocks.
Yeah, if you guys are in Southwest Missouri, just know, you buy land, you get rocks with it. You buy dirt. Is it Luke Bryan that says that?
Yeah, you buy dirt, but you get rocks.
But it's full of rocks. A little bit of a, you know, it is what it is. If you want to be close to family and where you grew up and all that, that's what we're dealing with. But look at this, guys. I really feel pretty confident about this. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we're just trying to make it so, you know, like right here, when I would move the excavator to a different position, there would always be that one spot that I got that real deep rut or deep hole, if you will. And same for here. So I just kind of raked the rocks. You back there?
Yeah, I'm back here.
We're trenching it. So I just kind of raked the rocks and raked the dirt it's just kind of flowed smoothly. And some of that was suggested by Shannon's dad. He made a great point. He's like, hey, you don't want to lose your bedding to any holes or gaps or anything that you have in there. So I think we're about ready. I do still have to dig underneath the footings of the well house, probably on this backside, and that is where the freshwater line will come out. The power, we're gonna go on around and go in where it already was, but I don't want to be so close to the well. You know, the well is, I don't know, it's what, maybe a foot to 18 inches inside of this exterior wall.
It's real close to that wall.
And so I don't really want to dig in from this side and take the risk of hitting into the side of the casing. I think it would be fine, but then again, it wouldn't. So I'm not going to do it.
If any of you have any tips for digging under a foundation like this well house, please feel free to throw them out to us.
Yeah, the information I have thus far is get a shovel, get a rock pick, and good luck. I'm looking forward to that one. We're only supposed to be like 103 degrees tomorrow, so I'll probably come out tomorrow and do it. But yes, we were out here, I want to say about what, 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, it was a while.
And we just kind of decided like no filming. we did make a couple reels, so if you follow us over there on Facebook and Instagram, you can see the reels of out here working, and we tried to kind of sneak attack each other, and it worked because we were delirious and, you know, trying not to have, what are they called, heat strokes?
Well, yeah, you're gonna scare all of our followers. They're gonna think that we're not being smart and just out here working in the heat. We were here drinking water, taking breaks. I was in the shade. I made Kyle stand in the shade with me. So we're not being irresponsible.
Yeah, I would never do that.
Kyle's irresponsible, but when I come along, I make him be responsible.
When it's go mode, man, when it's time to go, you guys have seen my dad. I kind of get that from him. When it's time to go, it's time to go. Hey, what's the matter, Short Steph?
Can you come give me a hand, please?
I stepped right out of the trench, not even thinking. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go over here and show them what else we did. Hey!
Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome. I love it. Too funny. Yeah, it's about a 36 to 48 inch deep hole in some places.
Deep.
I went way down there. So about 3 hours of yesterday's work was the trench. We had the music blasting. We were just in a zone, going to town, and feeling very accomplished about that because I was dreading it, guys. It's so hot. And when you're down in that trench, you don't get any breeze. After we were done with the trench, we thought, guys, we are so close to finishing the Taj Mahal of goat pens. So you know where Goatville is. That's it down there. But have you seen the capital of Goatville? The courthouse?
I don't think you can call it a courthouse until we actually have a structure for them to...
I sure can. Oh yeah, look at those fortified walls. Guess what? Now you can only get in the goat pen through the gates.
Yes.
It is complete. We have some finishing touches. We got the zip ties. We got all the panels up with zip ties, metal zip ties to start with. And then we bought some of those TPost Clip things that Shannon has had a great experience learning how to do that.
Okay, for not knowing how to do those, I read the instructions every single time I tried to do it.
There
and
were
I
only 3
still
steps.
couldn't seem to figure it out. I think I successfully got it right on one. And I was so excited. I was like, yes, I got it. I went to the next spot. I couldn't figure it out.
I let her be on that while I was working on the other latch for the gate and kind of adjusting the doors a little bit, which also requires a little bit of grunting and yelling. So it was a pretty interesting experience. But guys, look at this. Look at that goat pen. That is 2 panels wide this way, so it's about 32 feet. We do have a little bit of overlap, so maybe 31 and a half. Same obviously on the other side. And then over here, also 2 panels, 1, 2, and then a 4-foot gate. So we're about 37, 38 feet long this way, and about 31, 32 feet long that way. Same on the back. A lot of people were confused as to why we were putting this pin like this up outside of the foliage, but it's so that we can come and go through this gate right here. We can feed them, we can do whatever we need to. And then that gate down there, that's gonna be to let them out into Goatville during the day. I've got to get this electrified. I'm still working with Gallagher, trying to kind of learn, because, you know, all of this is a learning experience. You know, we've never done anything like this before. But I want to get that electrified, and then we can let them out during the day. But once we bring Mario and Luigi and Hercules out here, and Nala, of course, but she'll be in the air conditioning. Once we bring them out here, I'm gonna let them stay in this pen for a few days to kind of know this is home. This is a safe place.
This is your landing zone.
Yeah, we do still have to build like a little, you know, covered shelter for them, some shade, and kind of get their feeding area. We're gonna try to get a little creative with something around that tree and figure something out.
I want to build some little pallet platforms for them to lay on, sit on, play on, all that.
Yeah, sit on, lay on, play on, all that. Because they're doing that over at Grandpa Adler Farms right now. They're doing it. And hey, is this pin perfect?
Nope.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I thought you were going to admit that
It's perfect. This thing is perfect. There's no flaws. There's no issue. Hey, you know what?
Listen.
It's perfect for what we need it for.
Perfectly imperfect.
Shannon and I, over the years, tell each other, I tell her she's perfect, she tells me I'm perfect, and then we always conclude it with the fact that we know we're not perfect, but we're perfect for each other. And this goat pen right here, perfect for what we need.
It's gonna be perfect for Mario and Luigi.
Oh yeah.
And Herc.
This is the very first pen we've ever built. These were the first T-posts I'd ever driven. The fence posts, the gates, all this stuff, man. Look at this stuff. I've never done this before.
I'm still figuring out how to put the clips on, the TPost clips.
It ain't bad for very first time. Are we gonna learn? Yeah. Are them goats gonna get out? No. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they love us enough that they're gonna be like, hey, why would we ever wanna leave you? That's our goal. I love them goats.
That is our goal.
So anyway, we've got the zip ties holding on the panels, kind of a preliminary connection piece. Then Shannon was going back with those T-post clips. We did go ahead and decide, we had a beautiful sunburst. Oh, I love this time of day. We did go ahead and decide to concrete these in. I had done one that I didn't put in concrete and I was not in love. I absolutely was like, nope, not comfortable with that. I do think that whether it's goats that are in here full time or eventually pigs or whatever, this pin is probably gonna be permanent.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably not gonna move it away.
Yeah.
If we add more goats or something else to clear other parts of the land, we'll just build another pin down the road.
Well, we can always extend it.
We could open it up, we could add adjacent pins to it. You know, we got plenty of land going this way to where chickens we need some free-range chickens to eat these ticks.
I was gonna say I am gonna want a chicken coop.
Yeah, and eggs. We need eggs. And maybe someday we'll get into processing them. I don't know. We got to look a little more into that. We have some friends that do it and we're getting some pointers and stuff, but we got time before we get to that. But yeah, that gate back there, that one, that's where we come in, and they'll have all this area, about 900 some odd square feet, which I think will be perfectly sufficient for staying up here at night.
And coming up when we give them feed or grain or whatever.
Yeah, if we have to administer any medical things like deworming or, you know, just whatever their regular stuff is, we'll have their mineral block up here so they can get their copper, magnesium, all those other good things. And this will be some refuge. During the day, I will probably, I don't know, I've still been thinking about it. I'll probably leave this open. I'll give them some water out there so they don't always have to come back up here to get a drink or something. But if I just open this up, I've got it electrified from here over and all the way through Goatville, comes back up and connects to this corner. That should give them, I had calculated at one point, but it's a lot of room. They will be in goat heaven.
Well, and you can see there's a lot for them to forage on out here.
Dad's goats have put the hurt on that area that he just opened up not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
And so he's still kind of cutting some limbs down and bringing them over to him so that they have stuff they can eat. We did drop their grain intake a little bit, and our goats were kind of doing the same with. And so they have started eating a whole lot more hay and they forage a lot more. Out here, whoo boy, they got some work to do. And I think they're going to be very happy. So yeah, this is Goatville. This is our first goat pen, or pen in general. We were so excited. We were exhausted, we hadn't eaten, we'd been drinking water and everything. So we didn't really get to celebrate and really come out and appreciate it. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. But I also want to try to get a few more of those TPost clips on there. And I bought some rebar stakes. So they have a little, they're like a J hook. So they have
like a candy cane.
They're like a candy cane.
They're like a candy cane for robots. Metal candy cane. Robots eat metal candy canes. Everybody knows that. They're about 10, 12 inches long. But we're going to drive those into the bottom of these panels so that as the goats who have already picked up how to scratch their backs and sides on these panels, when they do that and as they get bigger, that'll kind of hold the base secure so there's no slipping under.
Hopefully just reinforce it a little bit.
Yeah. We do have a little gap over here we're gonna have to deal with because of the elevation change. We've got plenty of things we could use as obstacles, and we may just get some chicken wire and kind of finish that out down to the ground. It's only about a 6 or 7 inch gap, but as we all know, if they can get their face under it, they're gone. All right, you wanna go grab some of those robot candy canes and drive a couple into the panels? Okay, let's do it. So Shannon's dad, like I mentioned, he does have a little dump truck, and he's gonna help us get the screenings that we can put in there to bed for the PEX and the electrical line. I have still been in communication with Rob, the Aquaman Superman that came and helped repair the well, and he has offered to come help with the water filtration system, the pressure tank, and kind of finishing that out. I comprehend it, I've learned enough, I know about it, but I'm nervous. I'm a little bit out of my league. So I talked to him not too long ago and he said, hey, you want me to come down and help you out? And I said, man, yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, Rob. Everybody say thanks to Rob down in the comments, man. He's got a good heart. I really appreciate him. Shannon's dad, same boat. He's got a whole wealth of knowledge beyond my skill set and experience over the years. And so Ken has been a huge help and has given me a lot of advice and pointers to kind of keep things moving. And this is all just to get the camper out here. You know, we could sit back and chill at Grandma and Grandpa Adler Farms. They got a really nice house, really nice property, the wonderful animals. Our animals are safe there, but we got to keep trucking along. This is what we want to do. I don't want to burden them. I don't want to overstay our welcome. So we're getting the trench ready, gonna get the power lines and PEX down, and then Rob's gonna come down. Okay, so robot candy cane time. Robot candy cane. I think that's what they're technically called on Amazon too.
I did search robot candy cane on Amazon.
Yeah! I got her to bite. Speaking of biting, these mosquitoes are coming out. We need to get back to the dogs before too long.
I'm sweating.
Okay, you gonna drive that one?
Yeah, I want to see how it works.
I do too. I want to see you swing a hammer at it. Come on, Lefty. There's only like 9 million rocks in this stuff down here. We only found that out as we were driving T-post.
I'm starting to feel like I should have bought the shorter ones.
I think you're on a rock. Why don't you just move it on over a little further. There you go. I mean, you could just loop it on that second run.
I don't know if that's enough. Maybe this one?
Yeah.
Or this one?
Either one.
This one? I'll shoot for this one. There has to be a trick to this.
I think it's, you know, hitting it hard and not hitting rocks, because it ain't going anywhere, baby. You're on a rock.
I'm clearly not qualified for this job.
All you can do is just keep moving until you maybe don't hit a big rock, you know? I bet it'd also be better if you swung with that right hand. Sorry,
I'll
lefties.
miss.
I give her a hard time. Mom's a lefty too.
That's not any better.
It ain't going anywhere.
I'm not qualified.
You want me to try it?
Yep.
I don't know if I can do any better. I mean, pounding through rocks,
Try not to hit your finger.
not really an option. Where'd you try? There
Where
and
the
there?
holes are.
And the problem is we find a rock every 2 inches and then boom, you're stuck. Oh, I didn't intend to sweat tonight. I'm sweating.
This is not gonna work. Just saying. And it was my idea to buy these.
And now I'm sweaty. I think there are some places we could. What I could do is just take like a hacksaw or a grinding wheel and cut off some of it. Because I think a little bit's gonna be better than nothing as far as keeping it in there. But as much rock as we have out here and as much struggle as we had with those T-posts, holy cow, it's gonna be tough to drive this all the way down there.
I didn't think that through very well.
That's all right.
My fault.
This is how you learn, right?
Yeah.
I mean, those of you that have farms or homesteads or whatever, did you guys get it right the first time, every time?
They probably did.
Oh yeah, we don't. No, I feel, honestly, I took my 215-pound body and I scraped up against these just like the goats do. And, you know, they don't have vertical play in them. You see at the base, if I pull up, now I am nailed into that post over there. And of course I'm zip tied here and don't have any TPost clips, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. And some of it's just gonna be trial and error. Once we get them in here, see what they do, see how they act. Really, I just need to make sure Hercules doesn't try to dig them a hole out of it, because he likes to dig every once in a while, but typically it's just to make himself a little cool spot.
Yeah.
So, as you guys know, we were on Operation Get the Camper here. We did have that theft issue in our last video. If you didn't see that, go check out our last video. We lost something out at the campground. Don't want to talk about it anymore. And we got all of our valuables away from the camper and out of the campground. We got them stored securely elsewhere. What we're kicking around now is we got about, what, a week and a half?
We have 1 week.
1 week before we have to pay for another month out at the campground, plus all the power that we used. And we're trying to avoid that. Like, there's not really a need. Mom and Dad have opened their house up, so we are looking at potentially bringing the camper out here and just kind of letting it sit, not plugged in or anything, you know, because we got to finish this out before we can do that, and then utilizing Mom and Dad's place as refuge while we're coming out and working on that. So plans have changed a bit, and as you guys know, one day at a time, we keep an open mind. Opportunities present themselves and we take them. So that's kind of the new plan. This felt really good. I don't know, you tell me, Shannon. It was hot and I'm sore today, but it felt really good to come back out and get stuff going again. We do have to be conscientious of, you know, the heat and the sun and making sure we're safe and drinking a lot of water. And, you know, we keep checking on each other throughout, but we made good progress, and this goat pen is perfect.
Perfect enough.
Perfect for us and Mario and Luigi and Hercules. It's gonna be good. Speaking of Hercules, I'm sweating more than I care to. It's 89 degrees at 10 after 7 p.m. Let's go back and let Herc and Nala out and see if they'll put on a little show where they like to share their sticks back and forth and chase each other. It is the most adorable thing. I could watch it for hours, but
You have watched it for hours.
I have watched it for hours, but we've got to come out here and keep making progress. So let's shoot back there before the sun goes down and see if we can see them do anything cute like that. Are we gonna go play with our sticks? You come down over here where it's shorter? Good girl, good boy. They've been playing back and forth with the sticks.
She said, don't even try.
He gives her kisses and stands on it.
Oh.
Are you gonna let him play with your stick? You're so sweet. You're so, oh, he wants some attention. Oh, she's going back to it. That was a good tactic there, Nala Bear. He's still growing into his goofy feet and legs just a little bit. Look at this goof troop. He's worked really hard today. He went down with Grandpa Adler this morning. I think Dad said they were down there for about an hour and 15 minutes. Hercules found a hole in Dad's chicken pen. There's a little stretch between where you had some ties, at the base of the chicken wire, I believe it is, on the pole. And so while Dad's feeding the chickens and everything, he looks up and there's Hercules right there standing next to him inside the pen. And Dad got a good laugh out of it, but really he just wanted to kind of eat the scratch and hang out, and he was leaving the chickens alone, leaving the turkey alone.
Hi, buddy.
He says, Mama, I need you to pet me. You want to get a belly scratch? Yeah. He really likes his big belly scratches. He lays down and stretches out. Says, get my whole belly. Get my whole belly, huh?
Hercules, everybody loves your markings on your face.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, everybody loves your markings.
Gotta get that belly, get these thighs. Oh my. When he lays down, he's got so much skin on his head that his eyeballs just fall open.
All the attention needed.
What are you jealous about? Yeah. He's got a pretty rough life. Well, hey, we got a lot of progress done out there yesterday in the heat, and we're moving right back along. We're getting back on track with the projects to get the camper out there, but obviously we're dealing with the heat just like everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we complain to each other, but we'll try not to complain to you. Maybe. As we mentioned before, guys, if you have a Facebook account or Instagram, come follow us over there if you don't mind, if you want to. We put a lot of funny little reels and pictures of the animals and
just short little clips.
Short little clips, just kind of little things you can see throughout the day that we don't get into our big production videos. So we would appreciate that. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the feedback. And we most of all just appreciate the views. Thank you guys for coming. We hope you enjoy all of this and let us know what you think. And as always, guys, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
There it is.